That's right, people. This is your boy, DJ Mix Mastermind, and we have another segment of Talk Your Talk Tuesdays. Yes, people. You know, every single week I just can't wait till Tuesday can roll because I get to talk to one of them, really. But today we're gonna have a special segment. We have an author of a book. Actually, we're gonna talk to him. His name is Wilmont St. Cyr. You understand? And this guy wrote a book about it's actually a fiction novel of about some murders that was happening in Barbados years and years ago. So this is going to be pretty interesting tonight. You understand? But as you know, we got to get some people in the building right now to come and tune in. So just give me a few little minutes to just listen to these tunes here. So as I'm going to get back to you, and then later on we're going to have Wilmont on here. You know what I mean? This your boy. DJ. This rhythm is called the procedure rhythm. This is a new one. Watch it.
Start the bash, mate, no. Start it. Start the bash, mate, no.
Start the bash, mate, no.
Pause. That girl walk the jiggle, 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 jiggle. May God help she. The curfew done. The gal wawa. No carnival, but she hypers. Set pan she mind. She want wind up. I'm barely hear the song on the ice cream truck. And that gal take she bump and drop it in the road. Lift it up, throw it down, drop it in the road. Left chick, wet chick, drop it in the road. That girl is out of control. And just one take she bump and drop it in the road. Arch off and cock it and drop it in the road. Left chick, wet chick, drop it in the road. That girl is out of control. Girl, you got talent. Girl, you got talent. And no other girl can get you challenged. Girl, got back your bumper and balance. And let me slap that like your parents. Girl, toss the bumper like salad. I walk it up and then repeat it like parrot. Cause anytime that you hear Big Bash make play, she don't give a hoot. But now the girl never do something. Start the bash make now. Start the bash make now. Start the bash make now. Cause that girl walk the jiggle, 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 jiggle. May God help she. The curfew done. The gal wawa. No carnival but she hypers. Set pan she mind. She want wind up. I barely hear the sound on the ice cream truck. And that gal take she bump and drop it in the road. Lift it up, throw it down, drop it in the road. Left chick, wet chick, drop it in the road. That girl is out of control. And just one take she bump and drop it in the road. Arch off and cock it and drop it in the road. Left chick, wet chick, drop it in the road. That girl is out of control. Girl, you got talent. Girl, you got talent. And no other girl can get you challenged. Girl, got back your bumper and balance. And let me slap that like your parents. Girl, toss the bumper like salad. I walk it up and then repeat it like parrot. Cause anytime that you hear Big Bash make play, she don't give up. But now the curfew done. The gal wawa. No carnival but she hypers. Set pan she mind. She want wind up. I barely hear a big jump on a minibus. And that gal take she bump and drop it in the road. Lift it up, throw it down, drop it in the road. Left chick, wet chick, drop it in the road. That girl is out of control. And just one take she bump and drop it in the road. Arch off and cock it and drop it in the road. Left chick, wet chick, drop it in the road. That girl is out of control. Curfew done and she gone wild. So glad to get love, it's outside. Imagine this how hot is wrong one. And she already line up at Mac Bryce. She want jiggle, jiggle, turn and wiggle and knock you down with she backside. I'm telling everybody, look my ear, I scared them out I outside. The curfew done, the gal wawa. No carnival but she hypers. Set pan she mind, she want wind up. I barely hear the sound on the ice cream truck. And that gal take she bump and drop it in the road.
Yeah, people, I just gotta send out the link to some more people. But send out the link for me now. And also subscribe. Add the notification. Make me look good, please. So I can play a little bit more tunes and then we can get down to the show, you know what I mean, in 15. Cut. I can give it a little sneak. You understand? I give it a little sneak right now. You see this tune here? This here from a real creative artist, a man called SK. And a little peep into this now. I call SK. SK will be on the show. So don't watch name.
All master. Woo. SK in the
Bashman procedure. It's how this girl bending over.
It's true.
She boss and sweet, she slightly bang, she need. Oh no, she bubble, she twerk, she peach, she long out, she tongue, a freak.
So you don't know, this is 2020 Beijing Soca. Watch it now, Bashman Soca.
Jesus peace, I met that glossy for see that nasty little walker. She's a nasty little walker, use a nasty little walker. Girl, you can walk.
Ho ho, just see a pull up.
Woo! Escape in the car, Mr. Ramel, All Master. Bashman procedure. It's how this girl bending over and she bump full of evil. She boss and sweet, she slightly bang, she need. Oh no, she bubble, she twerk, she peach, she long out, she tongue, a freak. Oh no, she shake it like a minivan, but the bumper brawl like 2 G's. Oh no, she make me all the Jesus peace. I met that glossy for see that nasty little walker. She's a nasty little walker, use a nasty little walker. Girl, you can walk, you can test stabs and jack and still drop that boxy like crumbs. A nasty little walker, she's a nasty little walker, use a nasty little walker. Girl, you can walk, you can test stabs and jack and still drop that boxy like crumbs. Girl, I want you to bang, I want you to bubble and go up on your head. Shake that bottom and break down the fence. Give me dollar when you don't show me 10 cents. Reverse that bumper here to get dang. She dang but she said let the girl bring a friend. Then they know the no, let the dog go to pain.
If you don't know about this show right now, this show is called Talk Your Talk Tuesdays, and we are on each and every Tuesday 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Right.
The way she just turn up the spot, all like a call she is born. A nasty little walker, she's a nasty little walker. Use a nasty little walker, girl you can walk. You can test stabs and jack and still drop that boxy like crumbs. A nasty little walker, she's a nasty little walker. Use a nasty little walker, girl you can walk. You can test stabs and jack and still drop that boxy like crumbs. Daddy no land,
Rochelle,
can you teach me to sing?
this one from a man like Mole.
Teach me to sing,
Can you teach me to sing?
Rochelle.
Can you teach me to sing?
Need some voice training. I sing and I sing.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. I sing and I did.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. I high harmony.
Put it in a new key.
So I ring him in the new key. Hold on, change the tone up. The BPM sound that match your note. That's it now. Can you teach me to sing? Rochelle.
Can you teach me to sing? Can you teach me to sing? Rochelle!
Can you teach me to sing? I need some voice training. I sing and I sing.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. I sing and I did.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. I high harmony.
Put it in a new key.
So I ring him in the new key. Hold on, change the tone up. The BPM sound that match your note. Hey, she want a musical chef. But the G, she know she travel clef. Change the tones and stress, but change the key right out the tune bubble left.
Don't forget, share the link, man. Make some more people come through. I'm trying to do my best right now.
I feel like doing that.
Multitasking.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. Singing 90.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. A high harmony.
Put it in a new key.
I try to get my guests right now
Hold on, change it.
so that we can get the show on the road.
That match your known. She's a really and truly. You sound good, but
Put it in a new key.
say my melody sound groovy. But she want me to try in a new key. Training done. Play with a new key. Try to stay in the new key. Don't play down in a new key. That song you sing, oh, come in a new key. I sing and I sing.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. I sing and I did.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. A high harmony.
Put it in a new key.
So I ring him in the new key. Hold on, change the tone up. The BPM sound that match your known. Can you teach me to sing?
Can you teach me to sing? Rochelle!
Can you teach me to
I
sing?
like to squeeze in another tune
Rochelle.
because I know get through to my guests, you know what I mean?
Can you teach me to sing? Rochelle. Can you teach me to sing? I need some voice training. I sing and I sing.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. I sing and I did.
Put it in a new key.
So I hit it in the new key. A high harmony.
Put it in a new key.
So I ring him in the new key. Hold on, change the tone up. The BPM sound that match your known.
Big up Quantum, you know what I mean? Randy, lodge it yourself. You! If they had a crop over this year, my gosh, it would have been trouble here. Trouble by the street here.
for flinging her around.
God, the tune's nice.
Shots with the mini this pretty kitty one give me but she lippy word she a work busy she push back and
This one's called the procedure rhythm, you know what I mean?
you make her pretty silly.
Big up Rico Love. Large yourself, brother, you don't know.
Right foot right there and bend over. Fling wine to
I think got enough people squeeze into the room right now,
fling your bum shot down to the
so we get the show up on the road.
left foot right there and bend over. Fling wine to the dibby soaker. Look back and bend over. Fling your bumper down to the ground. Girlfriend, your wine is ridiculous. Like a matic one press, quick to bust. On point with the style, synchronous. Dibby, give it to us. Spread feet apart, fling walk to the ground. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground. Arm on your head, make bump up around. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground. Yeah, them say they want a damn for the thing, so they link Batman for this walker rhythm. Girl say she want a damn for the thing, so she link Rockman. Yeah, them say they want a damn for the thing, so they link Batman for this walker rhythm. Girl say she want a damn for the thing, so she link Rockman. Plant your right foot right there and bend over. Fling wine to the dibby soaker. Look back and bend over. Fling your bumper down to the ground, to the ground. Plant your left foot right there and bend over. Fling wine to the dibby soaker. Look back and bend over. Fling your bumper down to the ground, to the ground. Plant your right foot right there and bend over. Fling wine to the dibby soaker. Look back and bend over. Fling your bumper down to the ground, to the ground. Plant your left foot right there and bend over. Fling wine to the dibby soaker. Look back and bend over. Fling your bumper down to the ground, to the ground.
Alright, people. So let me get this thing on the road, you know what I mean? I ain't got that kind of time to waste. We only got an hour. You see, I got my notes. I got my notes. I got my notes, boy. Jeez on. So, we are on tonight. We have a author of a book called Fields of Death by Wilmont. That is W. Sincere. You understand? Yes, that's by W. Sincere. And this book is called Fields of Death. It's available on Amazon. Sorry about that. I just had a brain freeze. I started looking at the paper. I even know what the hell I was looking at just now. But yeah. You know, when you're new to these sort of things or these platforms, you don't know. You're new to all this thing. I build this thing, but I'm still new to it. You understand? So don't kill me. So we can talk about this book and also about his writing. So I just waiting for him to get ready. I'm gonna put up. Maybe I should pull up something there so y'all can see right now from Wilmont himself. You know what I mean? And how everybody doing anyway? How's everybody doing so far for their week? We in Tuesday right now. You can as well say Wednesday because Tuesday pretty much over. So everybody doing for the week. I also welcome in topics. Anybody got any topics they want to send me? I also welcome in topics, you know what I mean? So we could have like a conversation on. So if you got any topics, just drop them in the inbox. You know, that's pondeblock.tv@gmail.com. And we could talk about these things, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to really talk about coronavirus, you know what I mean? A lot of people talk about coronavirus. We do not know what coronavirus is. And it is surprising because something that big and still don't know what it is and how many months pass right now is just amazing. All right. Yes. Okay. He's ready right now. So I will bring him on shortly. So we have pristine author, a lot of accomplishments with his writing. We have S.W. Sincere. I can't answer WhatsApp right now. I got a call on the thing. I can't answer WhatsApp. I'm on live. So Let's bring him on right now. Where's the audio? There we
But
go.
I'm trying for it. And until then, I have to make the life that I do live.
All right, let's cut that back.
Your life has been marred by considerable pain. Do you think you'll ever get to the point where you can live a normal, happy life?
No. But I'm going for it. I'm trying for it. And until then, I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. Live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't think.
You're gonna get Wilmont on the line right now. Okay. We have him live right here at Party Block TV. Mr. W. St. Cyr. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, good night to you, John Pierre. And good night to the whole of Canada, North America.
Anybody know right now, he is actually in Barbados. So we are on an international long distance call right now with a big author in Barbados. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much for being on the program, man. Here it is exciting, so it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, man, it's no problem, I've had the honor to do some work with you. So we actually already know each other because we did like a kind of big project together already. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that was a pleasure in itself. So, who is Mr. St. Cyr?
Well, Mr. St. Cyr is just a simple person, man. I came up in the ghetto areas of Barbados from a young boy in the city in Nelson Street, and I went to Wesley Hall School. So great West Indian, great, so attended that school to Wesley Hall and so on. And then I went to St. Leonard's, and that is secondary school, and after that I worked all over the country because I was a builder of the nation in some sense,
Yeah?
Yeah, but at one point, and it was incarcerated for gun possession, and that was the turning point in my life after a military career, and then was involved in what you would call a criminal conviction.
Yeah.
And but then it's during that time incarcerated I decided to write, and I was successful in writing 3 novels while being incarcerated. And
What was the names of the 3 novels?
well, the names of the novels is One, Fears of Death, the first one published.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one by the name of Blackberry the Flock.
Yeah.
And then the third one is The Vault, which should be released soon, this coming in this year.
I was telling our viewers right now that they could like go and check out Fields of Death by purchasing it on Amazon. Your book is available on Amazon. That's like really like something real good coming off of Barbados. Like I don't know many people who have books on Amazon.
Yes, the book is available on Amazon because I had been advised from a Welsh librarian that online is the way to go, and I decided to get the book published on Amazon and let it out on the World Wide Web, that the world could read the story about the Canfield murders in Barbados.
Well, you said that you went to school at Wesley Hall, and then you went to school at St. Leonard's. So you're a town man.
Yeah, I live from the city, man. I live in the city all my life. You know, if it was in Canada, maybe it would be a Toronto, man.
All right, then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, so like coming through life, it seems like you have more experience in life lessons than a lot of people do, and you would have seen things from a lot of different perspectives in life. So, do you see it as like something you really like took a big lesson from, or it molded you into who you are today?
I can say like a lot of these old sayings that these grandparents and things to say is honestly true. You know, they do come to pass. You know, because and there's one that I particularly remember is that behind every dark cloud is a silver lining. You know,
Yeah.
and sometimes we experience things in life that we think is the end of everything. You know, you're demoralized, you feel not accepted again, and all these type of things. And but you know, in some sense, I believe that if it wasn't for my pitfalls, that I wouldn't become a writer.
You wouldn't take no interest
I,
in
I,
reading
I,
and,
would,
and
I would
writing
not
if
become a
you
writer.
if you didn't
Yeah.
have like the time to sit down like think, because a lot of people say like when you incarcerated, like you got a lot of time on your hands, and like your mind start to like expand to explore different things that you don't really like really think about when you're free.
Oh, but yes, that is true. And under certain circumstances, especially when a person suffers, and I think that's the greatest time that you can reach to the hidden recesses of your mind, and because all these things are just human nature. We all make mistakes, but it is to recover from that is the resilience. And I would say that if some people ask me, man, say if you had to live it all over again with you. The hard question to ask. 'Cause who would like to say, man, I would be kind of right about why you gotta do this to become one. So everybody's
Yeah.
life has a different situation
Yeah,
and
it's
different
true.
circumstances, but it's all a part of human nature and human downfalls and risings.
I'll tell you something right now that a lot of people don't know, right? As Bajans come into Canada, you'll be surprised how many Bajans go through homeless periods in Canada in becoming a Canadian.
Mm.
You understand? And that's not something that they talk about. But in my experience of being in Canada, I have seen it. I actually been in that situation before, but mine wasn't as harsh as other people. But I have been in that situation. So and also if you in this country alone, it also causes you to think, you know what I mean? A lot. So yeah, everybody don't have the same situation, but they kind of go through like similar situations too at times. You know what I mean? So let me talk about some of these accomplishments since you wrote this book. Sorry, let me backtrack. What made you write Fields of Death? Because you say it's a fiction, but it's actually based on true events.
Yes. I decided to write the book because I wanted number one to bring a new type of writing, a revolution of writing in Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I found that there was after investigating literature in Barbados that there was no one really writing crime fictions and this kind of stuff. You maybe have the kind of dinner table kind of stories and so on, but according to my numerous amount of of research into writers and so on over the years, I found that there's a great market and a great lot of excitement
But
when they wander around thriller books and these kind of thing and novels that are based on true stories, whether it is the graphic side of a society or whatever. And these things have now evolved now even more to the forefront. So I hadn't seen this kind of writing in Barbados. I decided to write something, and then it shows the story of the Cane murders in Barbados, where a lot of female bodies were popping up in the lush cane fields of Barbados.
Yeah.
And it was actually the graveyards of beautiful females that were killed by some unknown villain.
So let me go back to something that you said, right? You said that you didn't actually see a lot of these type of novels in Barbados. But I got a question though, right? I can be honest. I don't really read a lot of books, so I wouldn't even know the answer to this question, even if I did. So, um, is there like an outlet in Barbados that um evolves a writer? Like, you know, the basic schooling or whatever, but is there something directed to people learning how to write novels?
Well, I can't say a no, or I can't really say a yes as far as me as a writer and who took up the genre of fiction writing and this kind of fiction writing. I had to create this on my own. But yes, the NCF provides clinics and things for persons to become writers and so on. But to say that there's a school of learning the art of fiction writing, I have not encountered any. But uh, after I had written my first novel and was awarded with that novel on my debut, I then took some studies with the University of East Anglia in England online, virtual studies, and there I even learned the language of fiction writing and the principles of fiction writing. And this, I don't think that I've seen anything like that in Barbados or ever heard about it.
Mm. So that's what I'm trying to get at right now. So since there's a market there, you can create that path for yourself. You know, you could actually guide people to write, because a lot of people, that's how you create movies and stuff. Like, there's a panel of writers and they all combine together to create different script, right?
Yeah.
So you might be able to like evolve and help bring up another writer too, and that person will be under you.
Yeah, I won't mind, but at the moment, the loads of work that they undertake at one time.
Hmm.
But I'm not, and I would never say that they won't be a tutor to someone that needs it, though, because it was approached about it already.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's nothing that I haven't think about in the business of writing, and my business actually is involved with writing itself, the publishing of books, and editing and so on, and this kind of thing. So slowly but surely it will develop as time goes on. But at the moment, I will stick to the part of being the writer at the moment, the protagonist writer.
Let's speak some on your accomplishments here. See, you got some awards from NIFCA.
One
One
award. So
award.
awarded.
Sorry, one
I was
award from
awarded in
NIFCA.
2016 National uh, Independent Festival of Creative Arts here in Barbados
Yeah.
on the novel Seas of Death. Yes.
So this is like a big novel then. It
Yes,
it is this.
it is gaining a numerous amount of traction. It was I've had reviews from as far as Cologne, Germany, and Canada itself, and the USA, and several parts of the world. Here in Barbados, I think I
Yeah.
could say that numerous copies are sold in Barbados as well. But As far as the book itself, the
Yeah.
story is concerned, it is a gripping tale, and I've been getting some good response from in the US and questions being asked about if it's going to become a film and stuff like that. So I'm taking my time and going through all the different procedures and waiting till everything works out or whatever, or the right person steps up to take the challenge of creating a wonderful Caribbean story.
So what we can do right now, before we go ahead with any other further questions, we can put on the screen Fields of Death trailer that I worked on with you. You know what I mean? And then we'll come back and talk about it. All right?
Yes, my
So you could intro this one before I play
brother. And here you'll view the gripping crime thriller based on the Kingfield murders in Barbados. The trailer tease of Fields of Death.
All right, people, I'm going to drop Fields of Death right now, and then we'll be coming back to Wilmont. St. Cyr.
Share the boxing name.
All right, people, that was the trailer Fields of Death that we just played there for you. That project was a unique one for me because we had a conversation, well, several conversations, and you was telling me what you wanted to see in this trailer that you wanted to create. And then we was waiting for some assistance, and then we didn't bother with it. You know what I mean? Because we just went and executed with some of the footage from yourself from in Barbados that your brother provided, and then I just got like my own actor, which is Nate. Big up Nate. You know what I mean?
Yes,
First
it's
time,
biggest Nate, yeah.
first time on camera. He aced that position, you know what I mean? He aced it. He aced it to
because you know the villain is within this tale. You know, he's transnational suspect. So I think Nate came in the part quite relevant and suitable, and having the trailer done between Barbados and Canada. It also shows the connection that we can have, whether it's a Barbadian to Barbadian or Barbadian.
That's true, because we never actually met in person.
Yeah,
We basically had video conversations.
You know, so such is the age of the internet.
Yeah, that's true. And then we could have made something
Yes.
that nice without actually meeting each other. That in itself is amazing, you know? So tell us, I think we got some connection issues here with Barbados right now. All right. So I'll see what's going on with that, and then we'll come back to Mr. St. Cyr. So anyway, I'm going to play a couple songs here for you guys, and then we find out what's going on there, and then we'll get it back on the line, and we'll finish the interview, you know what I mean? So let's go. This your boy, DJ Miss Mastermind, and you're watching On The Block TV.
to have real, real fun. Yeah, 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 yeah. And not turning down, down, down. No, 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 no. You could bring anything cause all is rum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bartender don't lapse. Bring the drinks there real fast. Bring the drinks. Cause tonight it could be me last. I come to play mass. Me girl give me a hand pass. You could better have in a blast. All you don't tell me nothing about work. Right now I'm raving. Don't tell me nothing about school. I'm misbehaving. There's something that you should know. I have a craving now. So just pour a drink in the glass. I need a drink. Bring me a drink. I need a drink. Bring me a drink. I need a drink. Pop a bottle like Louis Link, Link, Link. I need a drink. Bring me a drink. I need a drink. Bring me a drink. I need a drink. Watch me get on dirty and stink, stink, stink. One shot is not enough. No. Two shot is not enough. No. Three shot is not enough. I come to turn up, turn up. One shot is not enough. No. Two shot is not enough. No. Three shot is not enough. I come to turn up, turn up.
That's on.
This week was so hard.
Yeah, just one second, one second.
I couldn't wait for weekend to start.
I don't know where is the screen. Alright, I don't know where the screen is. One second, let me call you back.
Okay, I'll be right here.
I need a drink, bring me a drink. Okay.
Okay.
We had like a little technical difficulty there just now. Alright guys, we have Mr. Saint Cyr back on the line again. So where were we? I had to go to a
Okay,
commercial break for a second.
We were in Barbados in some sense, where you were asking pertaining to the writing in Barbados and so on. Okay.
I was about to ask you about the interviews and stuff that you had in your career so far. I see that you had some big interviews. You even had one with Huffington Post, and you also had one with WDVR FM in
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
Yes,
How do you
came
feel
from
being sorry to cut you? How do you feel being recognized by all of these like big prominent places?
And is an honor, because remember that we as black people, in some sense, we have suffered and we usually suffer from an inferiority complex in some sense, that we can never reach the places that other people of different races may reach. It's not really a race issue, but I've lived amongst my people, and there's this sense of that we can't really make it, and then added to that, if a person is ever caught in anything against the law and they're not prominent or wealthy, and then that person can be rejected for the rest of their life. So I came then in some sense to be like a standard bearer for people that think life is all over after certain circumstances. And
But
I wrote with determination and compassion and meaning. And I think that the journey that I have taken has also caused me to be a good writer too, after experiencing some of the same circumstances that may be written in my tales.
But I noticed that Barbados is actually changing, because if you really check, and it's also changing because of the internet. A lot of people might not even notice this, but Barbados is actually changing because of the internet. Watch what I'm saying right now. In my time growing up, it was like if you were being directed to live a specific life that was already written for you. It was like you go to school, you wear a uniform, which is okay. You gotta cut your hair. Why do you gotta cut your hair? Why can't you wear your hair braided to school? You know what I mean? Then they had like an issue with like the people who do who worship Rastafari, you know? And these are things that you had to go through a fight um growing up in Barbados because you were being judged by being different to what was expected of you. Especially if you go to a specific like certain schools in Barbados, they mean that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
really and truly it can't be because the way how the system set up, you can't some people can't go to these schools that they want to because of where they live. You understand?
So
So
then you can imagine then that a person actually coming from a less fortunate background and not a nuclear family and these broken homes and all these different things and living in the hoods where there's gun violence and all these things like that and can become a writer. You know, I've encountered a lot of condescending people actually impairing a mind when you go to places, some you get
yeah,
laughed,
because you say
beat,
where you come
you
from,
know,
right?
the function you can get sick sometimes to advertise your books, all kind of different stuff like that, and actually up to this day, some of the accolades that I have actually that I can only thank God that they have occurred. And I mean, like some of the interviews I had, for instance, like the World of Work, and there was a Caribbean writer on it, and then here now he's Kaya Publishing in Canada, where I was invited and featured among authors from around the world, Kenya and the USA, several states, and Canada itself, and no other Caribbean writer again. And I always had a passion to one day be on the platforms, if we can call it that way, or on the carpet of writers like George Lamin and Camus Braffett and Austin Tom Clark. I'm not comparing myself to any of them.
And these are like
But,
big,
but
big, big,
progressing, yeah,
big
these
writers
writers are
from
made it in Canada
yeah.
and were recognized in Canada, and that's what made them so famous in Barbados as well. Like for instance, like Thomas St. Clark, whose book The Polished Sword won several awards even within Canada. And I think that Caribbean writers now are in some sense have been forgotten by the passages of time, and we don't really hear anything about Caribbean writers, and you can prove it for yourself. I mean, we had Marlon James from Jamaica, who had won the Man Booker, but I mean, these Caribbean writers produce things, books that can go from a book to film. Are we seeing that? Are we seeing that in this time? Did we had some kind of award-winning writer, or some writer that have actually been on the threshold of this kind of success? So I always imagine, and despite it may seem like a impossible dream, I always seen myself as a person that can create that story. And I think that writing is something more mystic than it is physical.
Yeah.
So I may say certain things, and then when I enter into writing, it's even more uh, um, magnified than actually what I've said. So there's a deep belief then in myself, and I think that it has shown in the success of Fees of Death so far,
Mhm.
and I think that it's going to be, let's say, a tidal wave, a tsunami of literature when I release the other novels that I have, and I do hope that writers in the Caribbean would actually believe that they can do a lot more than we are doing, and we are all from the African race. If Africa has produced great writers and got all types of awards, we are from the African race too. And it doesn't matter what race you come from. Writing in the whole is a mystic journey, and a journey where you can live more than one life.
Yeah. Because it takes you into the mind. You know what I mean? Like even like watching some shows, like the same show that I told you about that 50 Cent was directing For Life. That is a really a really good show. And I was watching one on my phone too, and it's called Truth something. Let me see if I can find it right now. I'll let you know. Truth Be Told. I started watching that one. Truth Be Told is very good. You know what I mean? I was watching that on Apple. It's free on Apple if you got Apple. It usually gives you free Apple subscription when you register or have a new device, right? So I was watching that one, and that one is a good show, like, you know. So what else we could really touch on right now in terms of oh yeah, your new project that you're working on right now with the Vault. Tell us a little bit on that, like a little overdue on the Vault on
Okay, well,
tour.
the vault is going to be a historical thriller based on the mysterious chase vaults in Barbados. There are two projects that I'm working on simultaneously, and that is the release of the novel, and that should be coming in around November, and we are aiming for independence. And the book is being worked on between here and London and France, and we intended to create again another exciting cover. Big ups to Ainty, who does the graphics. My brother's godson,
Hmm.
and big up to my brother from the Royal RCA, the Royal
So
Publishing.
it's looking like a family connected business now.
Yes, in some sense, because actually me and my brother have a bond for many years, and before actually introducing him to my writing, he had told me that he think that one day he should write a book. So I then wrote that book, but under some dire circumstances, and one day I called him and said, "Yes, I have produced a book," and
He must have been
he
shocked to hear you say that.
yeah, yeah. So he produced the fascinating book cover that we have, which
I see you
um
wearing the merch on your head. Show
yes,
the
this is
people.
a
Show
few
the
of this.
people.
This is my brand, we call it.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to produce a brand these days,
It's
It's
on the
all about the
screen. It's
brand.
on the screen too. We got the
Yeah,
pictures that you sent forward to us rotating on the screen in the slideshow. So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
seeing the cover and everything.
Yeah, it's all about the brand. It's actually a hit. It's a hit in the hood now, Everybody wants to feel that shirt or a peak cap or whatever. And the story is truly fascinating. Anyway, but the vault, um, it is a historical thriller. It actually is based on the Chase vaults in Barbados, but in the novel itself,
What is the
it
Chase Vaults? If anybody don't know, well, what is the
okay. The
Chase
Chase
Vault?
vault is situated at Christchurch Parish Church on the south coast of Barbados, and between the years 1812 to 1820, there were mysterious circumstances of moving coffins in the graveyard, and at this particular tomb, known as the Mysterious Chase Vault in Barbados, it was a highly attractive tourist site at one point in the early 60s and 70s, with visitors coming from all over the world to see it. And it came about with this Chase family, who after burying several relatives within the tomb, and on arrival of persons after these burials or to intern another body, the coffins within the family tomb were scattered and disarrayed. So I decided to create a story in which the incidents of the Chase Vault is happening, but is based on slavery and colonization in Barbados, and the life of an indentured servant through the eyes of a mulatto.
So where you would find your material that you would write on, like your investigative material? Where do you find that?
Well, actually,
Because a
the
lot of
vault
these
was written
things
when
wouldn't be
well, it was
available to you.
really there was not much material that I could have find at the time, but I used to get books from the library. But you coming home then and actually being able to fine tune the novel and edit it properly after taking on my studies, it will be much more condensed with actual historical facts and lots of great things that we in Barbados do not really know have occurred during the time of colonization on the island.
But you as a person, right? Um, Hearing that these tombs move, right?
Mhm.
Would you consider it moving because of the
The
shift?
coffins, the
The shift.
coffins.
Yeah, the coffins. Would you consider those things to move because of the shift of the Earth surface? It's a Caribbean island, so it's a
not
Caribbean
mean,
island, so
yeah.
you know in
Not
school you
mean,
learn
not
about
meaning.
plate
Yeah, it's not.
tectonics and everything.
Yeah, it's not meaning to take your comment lightly because that is why it is such a controversial story and topic, because there were numerous skeptics, including a writer by the name of Lang and others, who had said that the chase fall actually was some story of myth and untruth. But within the novel, I'm trying my best to be rational, to be real,
Hmm.
since that there were so much witnesses at this time who had seen the coffins actually disappeared, and the writing, the letters, and so on that state that there was no human inference, and actually sand sometimes was placed on the floor of the vault, and after burial, and then on the return to the tomb, the coffins were moved again. And it was at one point in the 1840s to 50s where spiritualism became a craze. And some even things become a craze, whether it's religion or whatever, there's always people that may come and what do we say? I don't want to use the word spoil, but overwhelm it sometimes that the skeptic now will say, okay, I always know it wasn't true because look, all these people talking a lot of nonsense. But within the things that people usually see as nonsense or whatever they may call it, fake news or whatever, sometimes they're actually true. So what I did is to delve into the research of, and there are numerous writers on the topic, numerous people that had paid interest in it, including the governor of Barbados at the time, who was once called the Lion of Gold, Lord Commermere. And so I decided, okay, well, let me challenge then the skepticism then. So the question that you would ask is very relevant, very, very important, and very tactical. And I'm looking forward to questions like that. But I already know that the information and the story in itself is going to be compelling.
Well, we have run out of time today, you know, and we gotta wrap up right now. I'm gonna after I have you off, I'm going to play the Vault Untold trailer for the people, so they could see like that remarkable work also. Right?
It's going to be a cinematic documentary on the Chase Vault in Barbados, the story of the moving coffins, and within that trailer, it's not about the book, but the trailer is about the documentary, which is going to be actual true story of the Chase Vault in Barbados. Thank you very much for having me on this show. I'm John Pierre.
No problem, Wilmont, Mr. Saint
Right.
Cyr.
Uh,
We,
Peace.
we thank you for taking out your busy schedule to come on Talk Your Talk Tuesday with us today. You know what I mean? And we thank you, and we hope that we could see a lot more work come out to Barbados from you. And one day, I hope to see you here in Canada to receive your awards and everything. You know what I mean?
Yes, big brother.
All right, so big it yourself.
Yeah, man. Pleasure to be here, brother. Big up.
All right, no problem. So that was Wilmont St. Cyr. We're going to play the Chase Vaults, the Vault Untold video right now, so that y'all can see that work. Big up yourself, Brad. That's my friend from Barbados, Large Up Cliff, and all the crew. Large Up Carter Village, you know what I mean? Big up when I say book, 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 Carter Village man in the building. Sorry for doing the gunshots, but you don't know things is. Anyway, we gonna play this one here for you guys to show you all the work that coming out of Barbados. You understand? If you never know, now you know. Talk Your Talk Tuesdays, we in here.
My land was colonized. I search for the dark secrets, the things untold.
That was Chase Vaults, you know, from SW Wilmont. You know what I mean? That was a little glimpse. You could go and check it out on YouTube. You can also go and check out his book on Amazon. I suggest that you buy the book, read it. It's a good book, you know what I mean? A good novel. Right now, we are soon out of time. We got 5 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all some music for 2020, and then we out. All right, yeah. You don't know this is Talk Your Talk Tuesdays with your boy DJ Mix Mastermind from Party Block TV. I'd like to thank everybody who locked on today. Let me show one out here. So I see Yasser, big up yourself. DJ Warlock from Boston, large up yourself. Natasha, large up yourself. Lady Rodigan, large up my best friend Kim. Large up Sharpman, my sister, my big sister Charmaine. Large up Brad. You know, Kamar, big up every single body you done know. Share the link. You know, like and subscribe. What we tell them? We ain't a crop over, but we gonna crank it. Hot. Talk Your Talk Tuesdays, each and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. What we tell them? Take it off. Take it off, take off something. Throw it up in the air. Take it off, take off something. Take it off, take off something. Take it off, take off something. I throw it up in the air. I want to get naked. I want to get naked. I want to get naked and jam on somebody. I want to get naked. I want to get naked. I want to get naked and jam on somebody. Bartender bring out the shot. You know you got big up St. Lucia too, you know what I mean? I have Lucia, I ain't gonna tell you now. Castries, large up my cousin Derek and Darren, Patrick, the whole crew. Who we tell them? Boom bam, now we take one for the road. Boom bam, now we take one for the road. Boom bam, now we take one for the road. Party look nice, yeah, party look good. Boom bam, now we take one for the road. Boom bam, now we take a shot for the road. Boom bam, now we take one for the road. Party look nice, yeah, party look good. Now we go down by the Juve. Emma, big up yourself, I ain't forget you. By the Juve. And don't forget, on our shows coming forward, we can got artists like Mole, Stiffy, Esky, the Boss. That's just to name a few. We ain't got real people on this show, yo. We even got special guest performance and take away here. So, shots. When we taking shots. When we need the shots. Bartender bring out the shots. Yeah. Give me the work now. Give me the work now. Give me the work now. I come for this work. Sign me up, cheese.
Never do something. One more song never do it. Never play one tune one never hear it. Give me the work now. Give me the work now. Give me the work now. I come for this work. Sign me up. I come for this work. Sign me up. I come for this work. Sign me up. I come for it. Boss lady, I come for this work. Sign me up. I come for this work. what you need. My resume. Flawless, suitable, diverse, reliable. If you're hiring, I just want to go to work. Boss lady, I come for this work. Sign me up, I come for this work. Sign me up, I come for this work. Sign me up, I come for it. Boss lady, I come for this work. Sign me up, I come for this work. Sign me up, I come for this work. And I'm a working company.
You see this tune here? I can tell what I'm saying about this tune here, you understand? Quantum, bigger yourself, you know what I mean? Sanctuary, larger yourself. But you see this tune here? My uncle was a part of this project, you know what I mean? Sylvester Jean-Pierre, larger yourself. The family we large about this, so
Let me see your hands up if you know you got rock. Let me see your hands up. Pocket fat. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. No girl, no rum. No jam, no whining. When the weekend come, it's safe to say I have a spending problem. Love to see girl go down and bend. Love to drink and line with my friend. Friend love to take care of my friends and them. So you don't know money I spend. Well, it's jam after jam and party can't done. I can't wait till payday come. Me must have me fun and me must have me rum. I can't wait till payday come. Working hard Monday to Friday. Must have me time to wine and party.
Let me see how the people can't wait to pay them. What do you tell them? Oh my God, I'm going past the time. This is going to be my last tune and then I'm going to get out of here. We only go till 9 o'clock, but then squeeze in some little extra time for the people. Overdrive! What we tell them?
No girl, no rum, no jam, no whining. When the weekend come, it's safe to say I have a spending problem. Love to see girl go down and bend. Love to drink and line with my friend. Friend love to take care of my friends and them. So you don't know money I spend. Well, it's jam after jam and party can't done. I can't wait till payday come. Me must have me fun and me must have me rum. I can't wait till payday come. Working hard Monday to Friday. Must have me time to wine and party. I'm in a jamming woman, I don't care what nobody say. I can't wait for payday, for payday, for payday, for payday, for payday to come. I can't wait for payday, for payday,
For payday. For payday to come.
rain, summer, sun.
You know we like money, no?
Stop me from fed.
You gotta make money. You see this coronavirus got enough pockets liquor, including mine.
Love to see girl put up on the head. Love to have all my dollar bills spread. Love to rave and misbehave and next week the same thing. Well, it's jam after jam and party can't done. I can't wait till payday come. Me must have me fun and me must have me rum. I can't wait till payday come. Working hard Monday to Friday. Must have me time to wine and party. I'm in a jamming woman, I don't care what nobody say. I can't wait for payday, for payday, for payday, for payday, for payday to come. I can't wait for payday, for payday, for payday, for payday, for payday to come. If you have your pay back, let me see your hands up. If you know you got rock, let me see your hands up. Pocket fat, let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. If you have your pay back, let me see your hands up. If you know you got rock, let me see your hands up. Pocket fat, let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Well, it's jam after jam and party can't done. I can't wait till payday come. Me must have me fun and me must have me rum. I can't wait till payday come. Working hard Monday to Friday. Must have me time to wine and party. I'm in a jamming woman, I don't care what nobody say. I can't wait for payday, for payday.
Carol Learwood,
For payday.
big at yourself.